All right, good morning. Good morning. 64 degrees on this beautiful day here in Northeast Georgia. And I'm going to talk just a little bit about some medicinal plants. And I know here lately I've made several videos on this very subject. But anyway, thought I would do another one. And it is hard to believe that on this beautiful day there is a sickness sweeping the globe. But there is. And we have got to fight it with everything we have in here. We've got to put some good things in our body. Now, this is just what I do. What I'm going to talk about is just what I do. I'm not giving you medical advice. I am not a doctor. You do the research yourself. You figure out the dosage and all that. But I hope I can encourage you to do some of this stuff that I do. Excuse me, I've been drinking the tea. I drink 3 cups of tea a day. And I want to tell you what is in that tea. And hopefully it will encourage you to do something similar. And I have freshly grated turmeric in here, freshly grated ginger, freshly ground black pepper, freshly ground black pepper, not just pepper out of your pepper shaker, but this is the little BB size peppers, and you grind it. Freshly ground black pepper. It helps the body absorb the turmeric. Yeah, because turmeric has a hard time absorbing into the body. And so it absorbs that goodness into your body. Dandelion root. We'll talk about dandelion in a minute. Dandelion root. And then licorice root. Cinnamon and cardamom. 2 bags of green tea, organic green tea. It is not decaf. I do not like my stuff messed with. I like it in its natural state. And let's talk about the licorice root for a minute. Now, the licorice root, I've got another video on it that kind of talks about how they were researching it for SARS, corona, and doing some research back in 2003 or whatever it was. Anyway, I got another video on that. So the licorice root, I only use it 1 time a day. Everything else 3 times a day. Licorice root 1 time a day. And that is because it could have some side effects, and you want to be careful with it. Although it's an excellent antiviral, coronavirus, antiviral. See the connection there? Although it's an excellent antiviral, it can, doesn't mean it's going to, it can have some side effects, being that it does pull potassium out of your body. So too much licorice root, pulling too much potassium out of your body, can cause some heart issues. And you don't want that, of course. So just be careful. If you're having heart trouble, just stay away from the licorice root. The licorice root also can make your blood pressure go up, and you don't want that. If you have high blood pressure, just stay away from the licorice root. Do everything else, though. Anyway, so let's talk about and if you're going to order licorice root, do it pronto. Let's talk about dandelion root. Now, dandelion root is an excellent antiviral. Coronavirus, antiviral, see the connection? Excellent antiviral. And it is an excellent, all around good, excellent plant, not weed. I know it's a weed to you, but it's an excellent plant to me. And so the dandelion root, the whole dandelion plant, the root, especially in the fall, everything falls. So especially in the fall, it is full of nutrients. So the whole plant is an excellent antiviral. And it helps. It can help fight HIV and all sorts of things. But we're talking about Mr. Corona here today. So excellent antiviral, and that's what you want. That's what you want right now. What else? What else is in there? Oh, the ginger. The ginger in the tea is an excellent antiviral. So those three things are in this tea are the antivirals. And everything else is just all around good for the body and good for other things. But those three things, ginger, dandelion root, and licorice root, are excellent antivirals. So if you're going to make a tea, you don't want to put all of that stuff in there. Ginger root, dandelion root, and licorice root. Now, the ginger and dandelion are easy to get. The licorice root is a little difficult to get sometimes. But those three are the main antivirals in that tea. But I urge you to put other things in there as well. Just so good for the body. Now, let's say that let's talk about this. Let's go back. Now, it is so important right now that we're putting antiviral things in our bodies. But what's even actually more important than that is to make sure that that immune system is built up. Build up and strengthen that immune system. That is very important right now, believe it or not. You can put all the antivirals in your body that you want to, but if your immune system is down and is not doing what it's supposed to, then you really can't fight off anything. And so put some things in your body, just good whole foods. Listen to me. Good whole foods, period. They're excellent to build up the immune system. And you've got to build up that immune system right now. You've got to build it up. Let me give you just a couple of wild medicinal plants. That are very antiviral. So if you can't go to the store, let's say the stores are empty of antiviral medicines, well, let me tell you a couple of plants that you can go out into your yard, you can dig up, make tea, eat them, whatever you want to do to get those good antiviral properties in your body. And one is the dandelion root, or the dandelion plant, period. It's all over everybody's yard. Of course, you got to make sure that the pesticides and that sort of thing haven't been sprayed. But the dandelion isn't so easy to identify. Most people see a yellow flower in their yard, and they think dandelion. Well, it may be something in the dandelion family, but it may not be a dandelion. So I've got videos, and there's other videos out there that will help you identify the dandelion properly. A lot of the times here in Georgia, folks think it's a dandelion, and it's actually wild lettuce or cat's ear. Related to dandelion, but not dandelion. Does not have those benefits that the dandelion has. So, dandelion is one, and then we have the juniper tree, not the ornamentals, not the bush. No, the actual wild juniper tree. The berries and the leaves, some people call them needles, they're actually leaves. The berries and the leaves are they're a very good antiviral, and you make a tea out of them. The berries actually is what they use to flavor gin, the alcoholic thing, gin, drink, whatever it is. So the berries and the leaves are excellent antivirals. They're also excellent bacterial and excellent antimicrobial, amongst other things. And so the juniper tree, excellent antiviral. Coronavirus, antiviral. See the connection. YouTube don't like me talking like this. Pine needles, preferably the white pine, but just about any pine needle. There are a couple way out west that are not good to ingest, but those here in the north and the south, pretty much all of them are okay. So pine needles. Let's take the white pine. It is loaded. That's the one I use. I love it, and plus I have one in my front yard, but it's the best one to me. It's loaded with vitamin C. It's excellent for fighting the flu, and you can go on and on. It's a decent antiviral, and so it's free. It's out there. There's a medicine cabinet right in front of you. Just open the door, and it's right there. There are all sorts of types of antivirals and just medicines out there. All sorts of medicines out there. Now, another common weed is the narrow leaf plantain. And you call it a weed, I call it an excellent medicinal plant. And it is all around good for the body. It does have a little bit of antiviral properties in it. Not like the dandelion, but it is just excellent for you. Excellent for you. You can make a tea out of it, put some leaves in your salad, whatever. You don't want to eat too much of it, because too much of it on an empty stomach will make you throw up. No, you're not going to OD on it, but it will make you throw up. And so there are what, 3 or 4 excellent antivirals right out there in your yard. If you cannot get medicine, that's why I'm making the video. If you cannot get medicine, there's medicine out there. There's medicine out there. If this thing gets crazy and you can't get medicine for whatever reason, there is medicine right out here. A lot of times that's where they get it, and it's right out here in your yard that you douse with Roundup. So anyway, that's it. So and so your lymphatic system, let's talk about it just for a second. Keeping that good and cleaned out is so important. It's so important. And so actually two excellent lymphatic cleansers out here in your yard right now. Right now it is springtime, and there is chickweed everywhere, and you can gobble it up, eat as much as you want. It tastes excellent. I eat it all the time. It tastes excellent. And I got a video on identifying it, and then Google's full of it, and blah blah blah, all that. And so chickweed, gulp it down, make a salad out of chickweed. And cleavers, they are both cleavers. They're popping up right now as well. And so they are both excellent lymphatic cleansers. They cleanse your lymphatic system, and that is important, and especially right now. So I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving you medical advice, although I did say you need to do this and you need to do that. But I'm not giving you medical advice. You do what you want to. These are things I actually do. I actually do these things. And you want to be careful. You want to be careful. I'm a guinea pig for myself. I've went out and done stuff and ate stuff and made teas out of stuff, and my throat swell up, and just thrown up. Had some problems because of it. But I've been there and done that. I've made my mistakes. Don't make mistakes. With all the stuff I talked about, that licorice root is the only one you'd really have to watch. And you need to stay away from it if you have heart trouble and high blood pressure. Other than that, gobble it up. Gobble it up. I'm sitting here on the job, and I'm looking around at all the medicinals in this yard and the wild edibles. Listen, just about any wild edible, it's got to be edible, is going to be good for your body. Antiviral, antimicrobial, antibacterial, loaded with nutrients and vitamins, and it goes on and on. Just about any one of them out here. So that is edible. Anyway, so keep that immune system up, build that immune system up. Listen, real quick here. Your herbs that you cook with: garlic, sage, fennel, oregano, basil. Excellent antivirals. Yeah, don't cook them to death. Throw them in your spaghetti or whatever it is you're cooking. But then when it's done cooking and it's cooled down just a little, put a bunch of it in raw. Yeah, you'll never notice it. And So they're excellent. Your herbs, look, Google it. Antiviral herbs, and just look at all of them. It's unbelievable. A couple of more excellent teas. They're herbs. It's lemon balm and any mint, especially peppermint, but any mint is going to be an excellent antiviral. Did you hear what I said? Lemon balm and peppermint, and a lot of people grow these things. Anyway, friends, anyway, listen, put some good things in your body. This is just what I do. You don't have to do it, but hopefully it will encourage you. So get out there and get with it. Anyway, we'll see you.